pero qué bello amanecer, caray. Así es. ¿Qué pedo, brothers? ¿Cómo están? The Witcher Wild Hunt 3, The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt. Vamos a jugar un ratito la expansioncita esta de Blood and Wine. Estaba pensando muy seriamente transmitir toda de principio a fin. Me acomodo este pedo. Ahí está. Transmitir todo de principio a fin, para que recuerden esta pinche belleza hermosa. Como siempre, por favor ayúdenme a decirme si está todo bien con el stream, si la música está bien, si el audio, si me escuchan bien. Y vamos a darle un ratito antes de ir a grabarnos los Lost Levels. El Lost Level de hoy. Nada complejo ahorita, estamos empezando justo la expansión. Venimos llegando a Tucson, justo. Ya peleamos contra un pinche ogro. El ogro es el principio, el gigantón ese. Y ahorita ya vamos a la primera misión, que es The Beast of Tucson, justo, que es la misión principal. Claro que no vamos a estar haciendo la misión principal todo el tiempo.
Footprints, small bare feet, lead deeper into the cellar.
Se murió ese güey.
Fell down the stairs, broke his neck.
Okay.
Hurled against the wall with great force.
¿Quién ya jugó esta expansión?
Used this to batter down the grate.
Un poquito que lootear aquí.
You. Saw you at the inn. I know what you are. Don't know why you killed these people, though. Clearly wasn't for their blood.
Bueno, pero ¿qué está pasando? Mis ojos. Esto es horario familiar todavía, Frankie. Ve nada más lo que está pasando aquí en The Witcher. Pero es meramente artístico este asunto.
I cannot let you leave.
Y ya me encerró. Ok. Brooks a la orden. Está. Aquí está. ¿Puedes aparecer? No, no, no. Ahí estás. Oiga, no me te venía un pinche... Eso. No. Y una pocioncita. Espérense tantito, bendito este juego, que puedes parar a la mitad del pedo. Sí, ok. Vamos a prepararnos a ver si tengo... No tengo ni madres ahorita. Pop Mode, Battery Reduction, Werewolf, Wolven, Katakan. Sí, Oscar, es el DLC justo. Blood and Wine. Cat Potion, Thunderbolt, White Honey. No traigo nada para vampiros, gracias. A ver. Oils, Spectre, Dragonite, Necrophage, Elementa, Hybrid, Ogre, Cursed Oil. No traigo nada para... Así limpiecito, correcto. Chingue su madre, vamos a darle. Está arriba. No. No. No, no puedo seleccionar. Ahí está. No, hija, si te puedes bajar de ahí, se agradece. Nada. No ve ni madre, ¿verdad? Si me gusta esto, yo sí lo veo. Ahí está. ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás? Ahí. Ah, subió, ahí está. Atrás. Casi se nos va a dormir. Nada. ¿Dónde está? Ahí está. Encerrada. No, me encerró a mí. No, ahí está. No está nada ya. Cállese. Hasta ahí llegó, hija mía. A ver. La bruxa de Corvo Bianco. Obviamente vamos a meterle todo. Mi lechita. Una lechita. Así me fui limpio, muchachos. Oigan, ¿ustedes qué? ¿Cómo se curan siempre en pinches? Aquí, ¿con oils o con food? Yo tengo un issue y siempre me curo con alcohol. Lol. No, con comida primero. Me caga gastarme las potions. En The Witcher no se manquea. Claro que no, en The Witcher dominamos la situación. Lo dominamos. A ver. Vamos a ver eso. Pepper. Ok. Investigamos qué estaba viendo esta mujer.
Stinks. Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought.
Vamos a examinar
Laid
todo.
in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch bulging with coins.
Pouch filled with
Nilfgaardian
florins.
florins from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast.
A este cabrón se supone que lo mataron y apareció en un pinche río ahí atorado entre unas redes. Según si no mal recuerdo, este güey es la tercera víctima del Beast of Toussaint, justo. Y estamos viendo a ver qué chingados.
Body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this.
No, demasiada mamada esa, a ver. Y la mano, por fin.
Third hand. A spare? Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing? Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something.
Ok, vamos a ver. Luego. Y listo.
So, murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, how it shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me in to see the Duchess.
Muy bien. A ver, veamos qué hay por acá. ¿Qué es eso, hija? Ah, es The Witcher. The Witcher, hija, cosa que no has jugado. Es The Witcher, hija. Ese que no has jugado. Muy bien, sigamos. Entonces, recapitulando un poco. Nos mandaron a este pinche lugar porque están pasando asesinatos. Hay 3 cabrones que ya se nos pelaron, contando a este güey. Aquí había una bruxa. Una bruxa es una especie de vampira. De hecho podemos ver aquí el bestiary. No sé si cambiarlo a... Nah, sí tienen inglés, no todos son unos pinches chingones. Nos mandaron a esta madre y encontré una pinche mano ahí como todavía latiendo, que no pertenece al cadáver ese, y pues hay que ver qué chingados. Ahorita lo que hay que hacer es ir a encontrar a Palmerin, que es uno de los güeyes de la duquesa, de los ¿cómo se llaman? ¿Soldados? Y decirle lo que encontré aquí al investigar a este güey. Ahora, a ver, vamos, hay que ver. Siempre hay, en esta madre siempre hay que lootear todo. Ahora aquí. ¿Hay camino? No hay camino. No, a la verga, ok. ¿Cuánto está? Está a 2.90. Vamos a llamar a Roach.
Go, go.
A ver. Antes de ir, denme un segundo. Un segundo. Ya saben que esto de la streameada es todo un arte. Listo. Ya estaba arreglando una cosa del stream. Ok, sigamos. Estas pinches montañitas con roches más pedo que caminando. Órale. Ah, claro que están firmados. Está el mero espectáculo aquí. Vamos a salvar tantito.
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
All right, you scamps. Store is done. Go find your parents.
But the Pomerine. What about the story
Llegamos
of
con
Rich
Pomerine
and
ahora
the
sí.
dragon?
They're tales for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Geralt of Rivia, the master witcher who lent his valiant hand to the defeat of the giant Goliath.
Master Richard, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Obvio, niña. Not always, but it's worth being good. The stronger wins. Oh yeah, virtue always triumphs. Aha.
Yeah, virtue always wins.
But the Black Knight, he's a villain and he wins. The cutter of
Los niños de este juego
Castelvecchia
están bien
too.
pinches feos.
Moral victory. That's
O
what
sea,
counts.
sé que son niños, pero
Now, that will do for questions. Go find your parents.
así es, Milo. Están horribles.
Her Enlightened Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
Lead the way.
Vamos a ver qué.
Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As you will soon see.
Someone's gonna fight a Shaelmar with only some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
Pinche Emir, pendejo.
Shouldn't torment the beast. How would you like to be dumped in an arena, blindfolded with a string of bells?
Como las pendejadas de toreros, justo me recuerda.
You, a witcher?
I slay monsters who are a threat to humans. You're out to humiliate one to entertain a crowd.
Es correcto.
No knight will gain any glory from this.
Es correcto.
Who's going to fight the beast?
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah. Mentioned he'd promised his heart's captor a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Let's go.
Vamos con la duquesa ya. El diablo.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
La Vivian. Esa Vivian es
It's
especial.
begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
Pobrecillo monstruo. Ah, ¿qué culpa tiene el muchacho?
Got a bad feeling about this.
Pues claro.
Damn it.
¿Qué le pasa? Ese está bien idiota. Toma eso.
We have to help him.
A la batalla. Ay, güey. Era cuenta.
Nightling, the beast heaved its foul gun. Down came the Witcher. Mighty pound. He fights to the beast.
Ahora tengo que tirar las pinches nalgas del tal Palmerin. Ven acá.
Out, breathe flame. That's the Witcher's life with snow. All our hopes, alas, and turned to dust. Drink up the ocean and set fire to the wood. For nothing is
¡Qué la verga! ¡Me van a matar! ¡Me mataron! ¡Qué chingados! Otra vez. Otra vez, otra vez. Me agarró desprevenido este ojete. Esto de que yo espero que en el PlayStation 5 esta madre cargue más rápido porque es un pedo, Es un pedo, güey. Listo. A ver, brother, ahora sí. Ah, qué pendejo. ¿Sí me vio? No mames. ¿Cómo me vio? Ah, qué mamadas. Toma eso. Ahora sí.
The Witcher waited till the time was true, then twirled, danced, and spun, struck the monster right through. Alas, Palmerin lies prostrate. He has breathed his last breath. Avenge, ye Witcher, fight bravely unto death.
Acá estoy. Pendejo. ¿En qué momento se murió Palmerin? Pobre muchacho. ¿En qué momento se murió el pinche Palmerin? Bueno, desmayó como sea.
The Selma lies defeated by Geralt of Rivia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Claro que sí, señor.
Master Geralt, do what you must. Finish the deed!
Claro que no.
Monster's no threat. No need to kill it.
A victor may always show mercy. It is his right. Long live Geralt the Merciful!
Geralt the Merciful.
Pikeman, see to the beast.
Forgive me. I am not as nimble as in my younger years.
Idiot.
You
idiot.
fought bravely. Thanks for your help.
Y el tal Guillaume, una verdadera bestia, ¿eh?
The lad came damned close to dying.
No es posible, muchacho.
Fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Queriendo impresionar y no, pues
Smile
no.
as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly paints you. She approaches.
Geralt. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly, honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Como solo Geralt, el muchacho. Okay.
Your Grace. Shaelmars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Shaelmar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you
Okay.
will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
Muy bien, hablemos de eso.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He let the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him.
La pobre bestiecilla por ahí.
Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered.
Bien merecido para Dandelion.
Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace, Witcher.
Greetings. Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsman handling the last victim's body...
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No. A bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something, need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you.
Pendejo.
You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Yes.
Yes, Your Grace. The law
Law
of
of
surprise.
surprise.
Time-honored.
We shall be candid. The surprises we encounter on a daily basis would be of no value to one such as you. What awaits at the palace are edicts to sign and portraits of suitors from far-off lands. I fear you would find little use for either. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and a sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. Corvo Bianco. Isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information.
Ya tenemos casa entonces. Perfecto. A ver, veamos lo de las víctimas.
How did it start? Who was the first victim?
Crespi was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Y le puso ahí el dude. A ver.
Second murder.
victim.
Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me, an amateur? Not hands,
See.
but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in the gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinch.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if the
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
5 virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Nos van a dar la
Strange
espada de
question.
Erendite si
Your
los
Grace,
juntamos.
forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came to espouse them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus, the need for clear moral guidelines. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Okay.
Beast seems to be pointing out moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the 4th virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac-Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac-Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but
They were a team?
they were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to them with delicate matters. Later, their paths diverged.
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure.
Okay.
Your Grace, we need to find Milton immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare. hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm. Damien, order the gardens searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder
Okay.
is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses!
Muy bien, señora. Vamos.
Your Grace!
El diablo, dice.
What the hell? Why, I should...
Your Highness.
My doesn't twinkle. Onward! Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Y si be careful y la azota. ¿Cuánta película, oigan? Orin ya quiere cenar. Ah, cabrón. Ok. Hasta aquí vamos a pararle justo porque no mames, no puedo salvar.
Grace seems right at home in his saddle.
Jesus Christ. Ya, ¿no? Aquí. No. Fuck. Bueno, no pasa nada, ahorita salgo. Voy a pararle aquí porque obviamente tengo que ir a grabar los levels justo y para que mañana lo publiquemos. Estamos pensando a ver si hacemos transmisión de una vez ahorita de los levels, porque con eso del Xbox se puede poner bueno el asunto, pero ya les avisamos y si aparece ahorita la notificación, pues bien. Pero bueno, amigos, gracias por estar aquí acompañándonos como siempre. Seguiremos streameando Blood and Wine en un rato, mañana o los siguientes días. Cuídense.